LinkedIn has over 10 different ad formats that you could use to showcase your offers in front of your ideal audience. In an effort to save you time, we've put together this article going over every single different type of ad format. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through the pros and the cons, examples, and everything you need to know to decide which ad formats to get started with. Now, if you're wondering who am I and why you should be listening to me, I'm Silvio Perez. I'm the founder of AdConversion. We are not only a digital advertising academy teaching B2B marketers around the world how to scale ads with free courses taught by the world's best practitioners, but we also run an ad agency running ads for top SaaS companies like ActiveCampaign, Mixpanel, NetSpy, Checker, and we manage seven-figure global paid media budgets on LinkedIn. So this is a very introductory video, but just rest assured that I'm going to focus on the things that actually matter, give you the 80-20 so that way you can understand and make an informed decision on what's the right LinkedIn ad format for you. So let's dive into it here. First things first is single image ads. These are the cornerstone of LinkedIn advertising. They are a staple. They are the tried and true. When in doubt, you can't go wrong with single image ads. And single image ads are actually quite interesting because they are one ad type, but depending on the dimension, you could have multiple single image ad variations. So for example, here you can see we've got two single image ads, one from Walnut and then one from User Gems. And you can see they're showcasing different creative formats. Structurally, a single image ad has introductory text here at the top, the creative visual, a headline for the ad, and then a CTA button where it's a preset CTA button that you have to choose amongst a few different options. So anyways, this is a single image ad. And in this case of what you're seeing, this is a single image ad with a creative with a 1200 by 1200 dimension. That's one variation. You could also do 1200 by 628, which is horizontal. And then you can also do, I believe, 628 by 1200, which is a long vertical ad as well. So single image ads, it's one ad format, but depending on the dimension, you could have three variations of it. Now, from our internal testing, we have found 1200 by 1200 is the most effective at not only engagement, but also conversions in terms of driving the most amount of responses from this specific ad type. So if you are going to use single image ads, highly recommend leveraging the square format, which is 1200 by 1200, and then also testing 628 by 1200 to do a mobile only vertical ad format as well. Now, when it comes to single image ads, just some quick tidbits to know is you're going to want to use images and copy that resonates with your target audience. So the more specific and personalized you can be, generally the better off you will be. So if you're targeting a specific, persona, maybe they're like marketing leaders, if you can call them out in your image, even better. Same thing with your copy. That'll typically drive a greater response rate. All right, moving on. Next ad type is video ads. And video ads are also just an incredible ad type at not only driving engagement, but they're also great at driving conversion as well. But my favorite thing about video ads is the ability to retarget people based on video completion. So if you want to build brand affinity and trust, and you want to get people to be aware of your brand and the value you bring, there's nothing like video because, an image might communicate 1,000 words, but a video can do far more. And if somebody can watch a minute, 2 minute, 3 minute video from start to finish, that's going to build way more brand affinity and trust than anything else can do. So here's an example of a video that we actually launched announcing our ad agency. So basically, a few months ago, we launched the ad agency, depending on when you're watching this video, and we have this sales video that we filmed, and basically we launched this sales video, and then now we took this sales video and we're running it as a video ad, and now I can retarget people based on completion rates of this specific sales video, which is really powerful. So then I can create some really interesting strategies, right? So if somebody watches, let's say 75% of the video, 50% of the video, then I can follow up with, let's say, a conversation ad, which is another ad format, which we'll get into in a sec, and now be able to ask them, hey, do you want to get on a demo and, talk about how we can help you further. So video ads are really powerful. It could be sales videos. It could be content like this YouTube video you're watching right now. If I wanted to really build brand affinity and trust and demonstrate our expertise. I could take my YouTube videos and then I can promote them as video ads. Really, really great stuff. So highly recommend video. It can be simple, it doesn't have to be high production, but they're very powerful. Also, really powerful example of using video is to showcase testimonials and product functionality. So highly recommend like Loom style videos, just going through your product, really raw behind the scenes. That does really well because you're allowing people to see what it's like on the other side. All right, moving on is carousel ads. And actually one last thing I'll mention here on video, really important. If you are gonna run video ads, make sure you have burned in sub captions, because by default, when you're scrolling through LinkedIn, sound is off. So you're gonna wanna make sure you have those burned in captions so people can understand what's going on in the video, even if the sound is off. All right, carousel ads. So carousel ads are an interesting format. Basically, you can set up multiple images and they will automatically scroll. You can scroll through as the user and see what it's like with each image. Carousel ads are interesting in the sense of you can create a unique story. So visually with the creative, you can you can design a beautiful carousel that kind of tells a story and an experience. The thing with carousel ads, though, you want to be careful of is you want to make sure you use one unique link per card, because you could set a different link per card. But if you do that, LinkedIn will charge you additionally for those different unique clicks. So just to avoid that and not to get destroyed in terms of your cost per click prices, make sure you have one unique link per carousel if you are going to use this ad format. Carousels are interesting. We kind of have mixed feelings about it in terms of performance. It's definitely good at driving engagement, but in terms of conversions, it can be really hit or miss. So you're gonna have to test for yourself. But where I would recommend you lean into carousels is like if you want to explain your product, you want to showcase use cases, features, you want to showcase customer stories, and you want to be able to showcase multiple of them in one ad format, then that's where carousels can be a good ad type. All right, moving on, we have thought leader ads. This is a newer ad type, and it's arguably the best ad type right now on LinkedIn in terms of cost and engagement rate. The click-through rates, the engagement rates, all the associated metrics for thought leader ads are pretty off the charts right now. So a thought leader ad really helps you build credibility, drive tremendous engagement, and just showcase your content in a different way. So you can see here we've got 2 thought leader ad examples on screen. And you know it's a thought leader ad because you can see the promoted icon here on the top. And thought leader ads is basically just taking someone's organic LinkedIn post and then boosting it as an ad. So it doesn't look like an ad because it's not, right? Which is number one, which is why it's so effective, because people see this in their feed and they don't even realize that it's been promoted and it's being sponsored to them. So if you can get a specific person to create content, and then you take that content, whether it's educational, direct sales pitch, it's a customer, there's so many different ways you can use thought leader ads to be able to drive towards your outcomes. So for example, in this case, Casey is talking about ActiveCampaign. And, in this case, he could, if he wanted to drive signups to ActiveCampaign, he could include a link in the post to drive signups to ActiveCampaign. In this case here on the right, this is a thought leader ad that's a partnership with Optio. So this person is promoting Optio, even though they don't work at Optio, I don't believe, or maybe they do. I could be wrong there. But basically, they have a post that's talking about Optio, and they're driving to Optio's landing page, right? So really, really good ad type, and I highly recommend this one if you haven't tried it already. It's kind of like a no-brainer, and it doesn't take any additional resources in terms of creatives because you're just taking an existing post and you're promoting it. We've actually done videos on thought leader ads. I'll link them in the description box down below if you want to learn more about this ad type, but it's a really powerful one. The 3 tips here to just kind of round out on thought leader ads is you want to make sure that the content, that whoever the thought leader is, they represent your brand in a positive light, right? It's death by association in some extent. So you want to make sure that they're authentic. You want to make sure that they're credible, and ideally they're someone that already has a following to a certain extent, because they're going to garnish all that natural organic engagement. And then when you boost it as an ad, it's going to have tremendous more social proof. So we have it linked here for you, this article that goes more into thought leader ads, but definitely test thought leader ads. Highly recommend it. Okay, next one is text ads. Text ads They're really simple, but they are effective in terms of distribution, in terms of conversions and click-through rates, not so much. There are exceptions to the rule. I have seen where text ads can perform really well at driving conversions, but generally speaking, they're not a conversion-oriented ad. Where you might want to consider using text ads is if you just want an additional touch point against the people that matter for a very low cost. The CPMs on text ads can be as low as $5. So they are one of the most cheapest ad types to be able to deliver. And if you use text ads, I highly recommend that you use text ads, leveraging the campaign objective of website visits. So that way you're only charged if somebody clicks on your text ad. So now you're basically getting thousands of impressions for free without having to pay for it. So it's just a really cool little additional touch point to get more engagement, more awareness, just stay top of mind for the accounts and prospects that matter. Because in B2B, staying top of mind is the most important part. And text ads just allow you to do that. And it's just an additional touch point. But just don't expect to get like hundreds of demos or trial signups from a text ad. It's really not the main core focus of this type of ad. All right, moving on is we've got conversation ads, which I kind of talked about a little bit earlier, but conversation ads are a very powerful ad type at driving a direct response. So if you want to drive webinar registrations, if you want to drive demo requests, free trials, conference sales, the list goes on. I highly recommend conversation ads. They are very engaging. They are very personalized. They are a message that gets sent into your prospect's inbox. You get to choose who the sender is, and then you can draft a conversation with preset buttons, which is why they call it a conversation ad, and then be able to create an experience off of it. So for example, if I choose let's book a call, maybe a lead form pops up, directs me to a landing page. If I click tell me more, it'll move on to a second message. So you get to create this custom conversation and have these preset options so that way you can sell whatever it is you're pitching in your prospect's inbox. And because it goes directly to your prospect's inbox, you have the ability to use personalization parameters like first name, company name, job title, industry, amongst others, to be able to create a relevant and personalized message. Definitely recommend leveraging conversation ads. We see great success with it in the agency in terms of driving direct response across all types of different offers. And I've actually got quite a few amount of conversation ad tutorials on my channel. So you can definitely check that out if you haven't already. If you want to go more into this ad type, how to launch it, how to optimize it, how to scale it, it's all there for you on our channel for free. And it's a really strong ad type. All right, moving on is message ads. Message ads is similar to conversation ads, but the difference with message ads is there's not these preset chat buttons where you create these different options for them and then it has corresponding actions. Here, it's just one message, and you can see here there's an example from LinkedIn, and then here's an example for an MBA scholarship invitation that I got. And here you can see there's one message, and then there's one primary CTA. Message ads don't get as much love as conversation ads in terms of performance. Conversation ads typically perform better than message ads from the experiments that we have ran. But I think there's kind of like this resurgence that's happening with message ads because so many people are moving to conversation ads. Message ads is kind of becoming this now new opportunity that was once old. So I definitely recommend adding it to your rotation and testing and seeing how it does. One of the cool things about the message ad format that I personally really like is how apparent the CTA button is, which it's very engaging, so it can drive a much better open to click rate. So definitely check this ad type out. You can see here it showcases the CTA on the top, CTA on the bottom, and you can just create a customized message here. All right, moving on, we've got spotlight ads. So spotlight ads are kind of similar to text ads. They're not a game changer ad type. You're not going to get rich. You're not going to drive hundreds of thousands of signups, but it's just an additional touch point at a really low cost. So you can see here, this is an example of a spotlight ad that we created for AdConversion, where we're trying to promote our free courses to B2B advertisers. And this ad type, and alongside with text ads, is really powerful just in your remarketing campaigns, because it's just staying top of mind on the people that matter, and you're not paying an arm and a leg for it because you're using the website visit objective, so you're only paying if somebody actually clicks. And given the fact that the click-through rate on these ads are abysmal, it's like less than 0.25% last time I checked, they can do really well for you at driving really cheap impressions. So definitely recommend this ad type to just add into your remarketing layer at the very minimum, because it's low CPM, high ad recall. Got a really good article here with some data around CPM, CPCs for Spotlight ads compared to some other ad formats if you want to dive into that. Okay, follower ads. Not as commonly used on LinkedIn. Follower ads, to be honest, I haven't had the need to leverage follower ads. Like, I haven't really had much success in buying followers or really the desire to buy followers, but definitely worth mentioning. You can run follower ads. They follow the same format as Spotlight ads, but the only difference is they're going to your company page where they can actually follow you. Haven't done much with this myself, so can't really recommend it for you, but personally wouldn't invest much money here. I would focus more on text and Spotlight. But if it matters to you and you want to test it, that is an option. Next up is document ads. So document ads are actually quite powerful at engagement rates. So you can use document ads to take a PDF similar to a carousel, but the difference between a carousel and a document is with a document, somebody can actually download your PDF in their feed and then be able to consume the content in feed. So definitely check this ad type out. You can also retarget based on engagement of document ads. So it's a really strong ad type to build your retargeting audiences, to then to use it as a first touch, and then you can follow up with a second touch with some sort of other ad format like a conversation ad. But it's a really strong and powerful ad type at engagement rates. So if you already have PDFs that are working well for you and you want to make sure people actually get to read them and you don't want to have it be locked behind a gate, you can use document ads and you can showcase it in feed. So really, really cool option here. And you can also pair it with the lead gen form to drive opt-ins as well. So it's like you kind of give them a preview. Hey, here's what you can expect. And then they can download the whole PDF to take with them. So document ads are a good one, definitely worth testing. Next is we've got lead gen forms. So lead gen forms is more of a variation of an offer, more so than an ad format, but it's worth talking about because it is very, very powerful. If you haven't tested it, I would highly recommend testing lead forms versus landing pages. In our experience, lead forms typically always perform better than landing pages in terms of conversions, but quality could be a little bit different. So this is where the audience targeting and how you set up the lead form is really important. But these are great because basically it's a pre-filled form. So here's an example where they click the ad, this form pops up, and it'll just automatically pre-fill a lot of the information for them. So it just reduces friction and then they can easily convert. And it's also really easily trackable as well in LinkedIn. And you can download all the leads and you can integrate it with your CRM. So that way you can work those leads just like you would somebody opting in from your landing pages. So lead forms versus landing pages is definitely worth testing as well. Okay, moving on is we've got connected TV ads. So connected TV ads are a newer ad type for LinkedIn. If you're curious what it looks like, it's just a full screen ad and it'll play on different publishers. So connected TV ads, I've actually got this example here from one of our clients. You can just click it and it'll open up the video. But essentially connected TV ads will showcase on different publishing platforms outside of LinkedIn's network, like for example, Roku, Hulu, all these different publishers will take your connected TV ad and then get it in front of your same LinkedIn audience through their platforms. Now, we started getting into testing connected TV ads because it's a relatively newer ad format, still not declarative in terms of like if it's 100% worth the money versus not. But from initial testing, we have found that the reach is much cheaper on connected TV ads compared to just in-feed LinkedIn video ads. And then in addition to that, we do see more engagement with manager plus seniorities, which is quite interesting. But we might have a future video on connected TV ads in the future when we have more data, more tests, more experiments. But for the sake of this video, you understand that this is an option for you. If you want to expand your reach, you can use CTV ads in the LinkedIn platform. I hope this video was helpful. We went through a lot of all the different ad types to kind of get your brain rolling with ideas and examples of which ones you could potentially leverage. Now, in terms of choosing the right ad format, we have some recommendations for you here. So just in terms of like general primary campaign goals. So if your goal is to capture demand, so meaning, get leads, get demos, signups, these are the recommended ad formats that we've seen the most success with. If the goal is to create demand, so raise awareness about a problem, intro your solution, explain how you solve the problem, these are the recommended ad formats that we've seen the most success with. If the goal is to accelerate open cases, so open deals, opportunities, these are the ads types we would recommend. And then the same thing for brand awareness. These are the ad types we recommend. So definitely leverage this as inspiration and not restriction. You know, at the end of the day, everything is circumstantial. But when we look at all of our SaaS companies we've worked with time and time again, this is the mix that we tend to find ourselves using for these different campaign goals. If you want to learn more about how to measure the performance of each ad format, we've actually got this table here for you that I will link in the article in the description box down below. And essentially, this is just like a rubric for you to follow as a starting point where you can see based on the ad format, these are the KPIs you'll be looking at, and then even some bidding recommendations on how you should approach each ad format as well, because there are nuances, and you can see we've got them all listed for you here. I hope this video was valuable. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And if you haven't joined us over at AdConversion.com, feel free to come sign up and get access to all of our free on-demand courses taught by legit B2B practitioners. And I'll see you in the next video.